How we doing, guys? Marco with Higgins Energy, and today we'll be cleaning the Harman XXV Pellet Stove. So once we get in there, open the door, this ash pan just tilts right down. You get this ash pan out, make sure you use your paintbrush, clean it all off, use your vacuum, get all the ash and soot out of there. I like to put that to the side. That's where we're going to put our flame guide and any other covers we need. So first thing I always do, get my glass cleaner, non-ammonia cleaner, spray the window, buff that out nicely. Second, we're going to start getting into the stove. Need your handy dandy scraper and your paintbrush. Start getting the ash and soot off the face, and then start going into the stove, off the sides, the top especially, and the rear heat exchangers. The flame's going to hit those, heat those up. As cool air passes through them, it heats it, and you get warm air coming out into the room. If too much ash and soot build up on there, ash and soot are amazing, amazing insulators. So, 3 to 5 months down the road, if you ever feel cold air blowing out of your stove, probably have dirty heat exchangers. Make sure you give those a good clean. Once you get all the ash and soot off, I get my scraper. Gonna get this flame guide out, get any soot, ash, and carbon buildup off of there. Scrape that real good. Put it into the side ash pan. Next, we're gonna get this burn pot. You wanna scrape the sides of it, the bottom of it. You wanna get it looking just like when it came out of the factory, as smooth as possible. That's gonna allow those pellets to get the optimal airflow so they can light and burn perfectly every stage of the way. Next, on the bottom of the burn pot, there's 2 wing nuts. You don't wanna take them off completely, just loosen them a bit. Once you do about 5, 6, 7 turns, you get this little plate that comes off. I just use my brush, get any ash and soot off of it, put that to the side. Now you can get in the burn pot itself. I like to use my vacuum, get under here, and clean out in there as best as I can. Pro tip, use this plate, bang on the burn pot, take some major league windups. It is a big piece of cast, you will not hurt it. Just any extra soot and ash will fall off that igniter into there, and you can vacuum and clean it up perfectly. Get all the ash off there, the sides, and then just start vacuuming up the bottom. Under the burn pot, towards the right side of the stove, there's a little exhaust port. That's where all your smoke is going to be pushed through the combustion fan and going into your piping. So if you have a bottle brush, paintbrush, anything, you just want to clean out inside of it. Grab your vacuum and you kind of plug up that hole. I like to use my hands to get any extra airflow around it. The vacuum can really suck out any ash and soot in there. And then you just want to get all the extra ash and soot from the floor of the stove. Remember, ash and soot are abrasive and corrosive, so the longer you leave them on the stove body, they are actually eating away at the metal. The longer that happens, thins the metal out. With the high heat in the stove, you can start getting warpage and other issues which we really want to prevent with this maintenance. Once you're all done getting that, you just put everything together in reverse. Not a lot of pieces in the stove, so this plate's going to go back on, these little arms facing downwards. If you go opposite, then what's going to happen is the plate could just fall off. You might have air leaks in between it, so always make sure those arms are down. Put that back in. The flame guide is going to go right on top of the burn pot. Put that in. And lastly, put the ash pan back in. There's little legs that it sits on in there, so you want to make sure it's actually balanced on there, not in there crooked, otherwise it might get stuck. Once everything is in there, this leans up. Close your door, and you are ready to start burning again. Stay warm, and we will see you next time. Thank you.